Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. On sign language, it is Elizabeth Nakakoni and I am Rukidi Edward Kijjanangoma. Now, police have confirmed an exchange of gunfire between Uganda Wildlife Authority and unknown gunmen, resulting in the death of 2 individuals. One assailant escaped and police are currently searching for the hideout in the Kabarole district. We have more in this story.
Police are investigating the whereabouts of an assailant who escaped a gunfire exchange in Kabarole district between unknown individuals and Uganda Wildlife Authority officers. While on routine patrols in Kabarole district, our officers encountered a group of 3 armed men dressed in civilian clothes. A firefight ensued, resulting in the death of 2 assailants.
But we were also able to retain the rifle, so we shall also use this in our investigations. So our joint teams are still on the ground and are still investigating on how these persons came to be in that place at that time.
Meanwhile, in Mayuge district, police are investigating the robbery of 65 million shillings from an Indian national perpetrated by individuals disguised in UPDF fatigue.
Fortunately, we do have one suspect, one Rumbwe, who has been arrested and is in custody to assist with operations.
Also, police have continued operations to arrest and confiscate charcoal to discourage human activities that endanger the environment.
We have also established snap checkpoints along the different routes. The checkpoints have really proven effective in intercepting charcoal from some of the originally unmarked areas. Since the issuance of the executive order, the joint security teams in Karamoja have impounded 4,019 bags of charcoal, which were handed over to the National Forestry, the NFA, for proper management.
Meanwhile, the police advise parents to safeguard their children during the holiday season. Komagum Rogers and Ivan Kaha for UBC.
Now, Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Varyomonsi, has encouraged the lower local leaders in Kanungu district to unite if they are to realize development. Dr. Varyomonsi was launching the NRM Yellow Power Association in Kinkizi West constituency.
Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Varyomonsi, has commissioned the NRM offices for Kinkizi West NRM Yellow Together Association. Varyomonsi was accompanied by the Deputy Resident District Commissioner Kanungu and the NRM party leaders, among others. The officers are under the command of Yellow Together, an association that has drawn members from different pressure groups like FDC, Go Forward and others. According to party officials, the office will promote NRM as well as government development programs in Kanungu district. Dr. Chris Varyomonsi, also the vice chairperson for NRM in Western Uganda, notes that this is part of the 2026 election strategy. He contributed on his own behalf shillings 2.5 million towards this office. Although he is the Kinkizi East Member of Parliament, Varyomonsi spent the entire Sunday in Kinkizi West constituency, urging residents to work together for an inclusive Kanungu. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Now, the conflict of Balo in Aoli in northern Uganda has been attributed to dishonesty, not doing things correctly, and Aoli people not having a common link with the Balalo. Now, during an exclusive interview with a former leader of opposition in Parliament, Professor Ogenga Latigo, said situations that bring sentiments in people cannot be resolved by law or rationalized by purchase.
The nomadic pastoralists community, locally known as Balalo, began migrating to Aoli sub-region in 2017, and the influx in numbers increased in 2021 during the COVID-19 period. These hail from Rwanda, Tanzania and Ankole. They allegedly acquire customary land through conniving with few individuals in Aoli sub-region and security personnel. The animals of the Balalo loiter Aoli land escorted by security personnel. The former Member of Parliament Agago North, Professor Ogenga Latigo, wonders why the Balalo seem to act with impunity.
Ask why the Acholis are reacting. Because it is their land. That is their God-given land. So you think about the link between the Balalo and the Acholis. Where is the commonality? So all these things must be about life. It must be about human relations. It's not about, I have the money to buy, I have the... No.
Professor Ogenga Latigo says on this issue of Balalo, authorities are not talking honestly. The voices coming out are for people from Aoli and government, emphasizing that people need to do things correctly in this country if peace is to prevail.
It's not about protecting the community. Let us do things correctly in this country if we want peace. Because whether Latigo says it or not, something that brings sentiments in people can never be resolved by quoting laws or trying to rationalize in terms of purchase. No.
In Aoli, land is not free. Professor Ogenga Latigo urges government to put a clear legislation on the land use law because the provisions only focus on ownership.
I've written, let the government put a very clear legislation on land use laws and said you can own 100,000 hectares. But if you don't use it the way government has prescribed, you pay a penalty.
In another development, Deputy Police Spokesperson Claire Nabaka says police has instituted a task force to handle the conflict of Balalo.
All these teams have embraced it, okay? But a task force has been put in place in all the areas from north and northeastern Uganda.
President Museveni at the beginning of this month gave a 3-week ultimatum and directed the UPDF Division Commander, RPC and Minister for Northern Uganda to ensure that anybody with cows in unfenced area in the Aoli, Lango and West Nile sub-regions leave. I'm Navka Farida in Kampala.
Now, Uganda People's Defence Forces spokesperson Felix Kijjanangoma says Uganda People's Defence Forces will trace every hideout and rid ADF from the region. Kijjanangoma calls for public involvement and vigilance in the fight against terror. Henry Okrut gives us more.
Hided ourselves behind there in the cocoa plantations.
Innocent people have cried following the loss of their loved ones at the hands of the Allied Democratic Forces. This has prompted the UPDF to pursue them in their hideouts.
UPDF is hazarding on with the challenges of terrain. We have entered the Sector 4, which is deep in Ituri Forest, Ituri region, towards the place called Mombasa. That's where we are now following the ADF. Now, roads are impassable. It is raining. There are forests. So we have to create the roads ourselves. Fortunately, we have the equipment who have been facilitated by our Ministry of Defense to open up that route up to Mombasa.
The Uganda People's Defense Forces vows to eliminate ADF from the Democratic Republic of Congo.
We shall not rest until ADF is no more. This business of giving them a chance, they rest and then regroup must end.
It will take community vigilance since porous borders limit the fight against terror.
Are you aware there are people who stay in the house or indoors the whole day? They only get out at night. Now, if such a person exists in your area, you need to be interested. Why is he going at night? Is he a night watchman? Is he always on duty even if he is a medical personnel? For him, he's only on duty during the night? Why? These are issues that we ought to be interested in. So the population is very crucial and critical in the security apparatus of the country.
These calls have come barely days since the Rwenzururu King, Charles Wesley Mumbere, called upon ADF to surrender. Kuraije welcomes the king's appeal.
He's an example because they had a rebellion, they ended it. So he's right. And as a leader, he's doing exactly what he is expected to do. We honor him for it. When they listen, the issue is about ideology. ADF is not governed by political space, that they are interested in political space, that they are interested in political opportunities. Rather, it's an ideological conviction that when you do not tolerate other faiths, you are being the best Muslim.
ADF terror attacks on Uganda include the 2021 bombing on Parliamentary Avenue in Kampala, and most recently, the attack on a secondary school in Kasese district. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thanks, Henry, for that report, and we'll now take a short break, but we'll be returning with much more. Do stay with us.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Jovia ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agataziizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ageewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki gy'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
Malaria is still the #1 cause of death in Uganda. To help you protect your family from malaria, the government of Uganda is continuing its mosquito nets distribution campaign to give mosquito nets to every household in the country. Register and receive your mosquito nets from the community health worker. Distribution of nets in the following districts and cities will take place from the 28th to the 29th of November 2023. Bulisa, Mityana, Kagadi, Kole, Agago, Kumi, Omoro, Ngora, Nwoya, Amuria, Manafwa, Pader, Katakwi, Sembabule, Mubende, Chikube, Hoima District, Hoima City and Chitagwenda. Together, we can trust malaria out of Uganda. Sleep under a mosquito net every night. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from the Global Fund.
Under the net, no malaria will catch.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. 8118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
In this family, we can't agree on anything.
Martha.
We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play. Ndoza Mulabi, we can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Prof Bio Research, winners of the Best East Africa Brand Award 2023, invites you for the 8th Great Sundowner Sentes Mera Committee from 26 November to 2nd December 2023, full week blast. Keynote trainer Omukenku Funyanzi Julius, Chuma Chiwagala Chuma. Topics include Pampers and Vermiculite soil fertilizers production, mechanized banana juice production and preservation, Ganoderma mushroom cultivation and castor plant cultivation, aloe vera gel and juice making and castor oil making, bathing and herbal soap production and matchbox making at Tukatorio Mall Hall Rooftop from 26 November to 2nd December 2023, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Entrance 100,000 shillings or book via mobile money on 0703 152 152. Buy a ticket at 100,000 shillings and get a free tray of saffron eggs, Ganoderma mushroom garden and a training certificate.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us on sign language. It is Elizabeth Nakakoni and I am Rukidi Edward Kijjanangoma. Now, the Prime Minister, Robina Nabanja, has inspected several model farmers in Mpigi district to ascertain the issues affecting the progress of farming for government action. Now, this is part of the countrywide farmer education, mobilization, value addition and service delivery campaign to improve production, productivity and profitability.
The farmers visited include Kawesa Sulaiman, a farmer in Watuba village, Kasenda parish in Kituntu sub-county, and Haman Chitandwe in Kituntu sub-county. The farmers briefed the Prime Minister that people can benefit from agriculture, but they are being affected by the fake inputs for herbicides and acaricides.
Government netulaga abantu abatuufu abalina okutunda eddagala ekituufu kubanga nakyo okusolomeza kw'amaanyi eddagala omuntu asobola okuteekamu ssente nnyingi nnyo n'agula eddagala effu so singa babayise ku district ne baba wa license buli muntu namanya nti oye muntu omutufa ino okugulwako eddagala.
The model farmers visited in PG district have demonstrated that it is possible to get out of poverty through commercial agriculture.
Simbe mwanyi zino bwetuzisimba tuteekamu ebitooke naye nga tubiwadde amabanga osobola okubeera nga wakoyi n'emmere ate ng'osobola n'okufunamu ssente.
The commissioner in charge of monitoring and evaluation at the Office of the Prime Minister, Timothy Lubanga, says the issues raised by farmers will be documented and submitted to Cabinet for policy formulation.
Here we are taking note of each and every constraint that the farmers are facing. And the purpose is for us to record this and we present it to the highest policy makers. The Right Honourable Prime Minister will then take these issues to Cabinet and proper policy decisions will be made. We will also ensure that we follow up with each of the farmers that have been visited, plus the message that will come from the public. And we follow up to ensure that all these issues are addressed with the local government leaders, with the representatives from the ministries, and with the farmers themselves.
The Prime Minister crowned the day by inspecting stalls at Buwama grounds and addressed hundreds of farmers. The campaign is part of the efforts to implement President Museveni's proposals to develop the agricultural sector.
Now, Action Aid Uganda and partners has launched 16 Days of Black campaign addressing gender-based violence with a focus on prevention and human rights awareness. Uganda Bureau of Statistics shows that 95% of Ugandan women and girls have experienced physical or sexual violence or both by partners or non-partners since the age of 15.
Despite such figures, a proportion of the national budget is allocated to robust responses and prevention of gender-based violence. The 16 Days of Black campaign is a platform to raise awareness, challenge harmful myths surrounding sexual violence, and express solidarity with survivors.
We call upon the government of Uganda to invest in prevention to eradicate violence against women and girls. Every effort invested in preventing violence against women is a step forward towards a safer, more equal and prosperous world.
However, government has been urged to invest in preventing violence with development partners supporting women's rights organizations.
The NGOs could go away anytime. Some of them have closed, but we still have to do every single thing at the grassroots to empower women, to also empower men as well. It is very important. I have highlighted that various times.
The campaign calls for collective responsibility to challenge societal norms enabling gendered violence and ensure survival safety in all spaces.
Through this campaign, we come together to proclaim the same message to everybody, especially our survivors, that we believe and we support you. This campaign is a crucial space for survivors to find empowerment and solidarity, and for allies to further the work of creating a future free of violence. By uplifting the voices of our survivors today and every day, we change the conversation around gender-based violence, which impacts all genders, but has a disproportionate impact on women and girls.
Ugandans have been called upon to join in demanding investments and actions to end gender-based violence. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Thanks, Sudat, for that story there. Now let's go to Kijjanangoma, where government has completed construction of a maize milling factory valued at 910 million shillings in Kigoyera sub-county, Kijjanangoma district. Now this initiative is part of the Local Economic Growth Support LEGS program spearheaded by the Ministry of Local Government.
State Minister for Local Government Victoria Businge Rusoke has commissioned a maize milling factory and handed over to local farmers.
So the flour, now we officially commissioned the plant, just as the farmers put in one effort. Because in ebintu bingi muno omwibara lya government omu district yaitu ya Kijjanangoma nibitwara bilioni musanju.
Minister Rusoke called for capitalization on the prevailing peace and stability to improve their lives, emphasizing the importance of post-harvest handling.
Before I came here, I made an inquiry and I went to the site of Chenjojo Kasina Youth Maize Processing Plant. It's not yet completed and its time is over. So get it completed, give us a time frame which doesn't exceed 2 months. It should be completed so that people can use it.
David Siriri revealed that Chenjojo has 7 projects amounting to 7 billion shillings.
We have Kigohera, where we are right now, which is almost completed. We are at a stage of substantial completion. You would say almost 95%.
Chenjojo District Woman Member of Parliament Faith Kunihira urged the Kigohera community to combat domestic violence and channel their efforts towards hard work. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
I wish you maintain that same effort to protect you and your family from that very dangerous ship that attacks you every night. And if you don't take action soon, it may cost your life or even your pregnant wife to lose her baby.
Wapi, with all these original padlocks and my maguja, no thief can make an attempt to break in.
Simon, you and your wife are always in and out of the hospital almost every month. And it's that dangerous thief that you are not yet safe from. You're lucky that for now, it's only robbing you money.
Malaria is a thief. Don't let it rob you and your loved ones. Prevent it by sleeping under a mosquito net every night. For pregnant women, go for antenatal care and get your Fansida medicine to protect you and your unborn baby from malaria.
Jovia! Ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu. Nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa. Amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo. Okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo. Ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kumu ku kye ky'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
Juko. Yo. What you go? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial *229#. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to register. Wendy, Aoli.
Malaria is still the #1 cause of death in Uganda. To help you protect your family from malaria, the government of Uganda is continuing its mosquito nets distribution campaign to give mosquito nets to every household in the country. Register and receive your mosquito nets from the community health worker. Distribution of nets in the following districts and cities will take place from the 28th to the 29th of November 2023. Bulisa, Mityana, Kagadi, Kole, Agago, Kumi, Omoro, Ngora, Nwoya, Amuria, Manafwa, Pader, Katakwi, Sembabule, Mubende, Chikube, Hoima District, Hoima City and Chitagwenda. Together, we can trust malaria out of Uganda. Sleep under a mosquito net every night. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from the Global Fund.
Under the net, no malaria will catch.
Welcome back. Now, moving on, Haji Abdul Chimba and Hamza Chimba have been charged with inciting and threatening violence at Gaddafi Mosque situated at Old Kampala. The two appeared at a Law Development Center Magistrates Court. Meanwhile, the inquiries are still ongoing into the murder case of UK nationals at Queen Elizabeth National Park, the case against Choto Rashid alias Njovu.
Following the fracas during Juma prayers at Gaddafi Mosque, Old Kampala last week, Haji Abdul Chimba and his son Hamza were arrested by security. The 12 appeared at Law Development Center Magistrates Court before Magistrate Martin Kiria for plea. Court charged them with 2 counts of incitement to violence and threatening violence, to which they all pleaded not guilty.
The 2 accused persons, whereas they understood the charges that were read before to them, they denied never having committed the allegation as made against them.
Prosecution contends that on 24th November 2023, during Juma prayers at Gaddafi Mosque, Old Kampala Parish, that incited violence against Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubajje by shouting Allah Akbar, asking for Sheikh Mubajje so that the Muslim congregation can attack him for allegedly selling Muslim land. The accused asked for bail by presenting 2 sureties each, and Haji Abdul Chimba informed court on his unhealthy condition. Prosecution objected to the bail application.
Then the manner in which he was handled was a little violent. He was affected. In fact, before a court, he wasn't in good health. He could stand and sit all the time, and the court allowed and saw that. Then secondly, given his influence in society, he's a member of the NRM, he's a member of the Uganda Muslim Council General Assembly, and there's a forthcoming General Assembly that's supposed to sit. So the court looked into those affairs.
Magistrate Martin Kiria granted the 2 bail of 1 million each cash and cautioned Haji Abdul Chimba against inciting violence again at Gaddafi Mosque, but he was free to attend prayers.
Each accused person is reminded to please wait on bail. Should there be breach, there will be at risk of incarceration.
Court resumed on 29th January 2024 for mention of the case. Meanwhile, the murder case of UK nationals at Queen Elizabeth National Park against Choto Rashid alias Njovu, inquiries into the matter still ongoing. This was informed to court by a prosecution led by Maria Kuruthum. Magistrate Elias Kakos adjourned the case to 19th December 2023 for further mention. The accused Choto Rashid alias Njovu has been remanded to Luzira government prison until then. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
The Uganda Broadcasting Corporation reporter Haruna Mtesa has won the prestigious Best TV Award from the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, for outstanding reporting on drought resilience within the IGAD region. Mutesa highlights the critical issue of drought, emphasizing resilience in such challenges.
This recognition underscores UBC's commitment to deliver developmental news coverage. Haruna Mtesa, a reporter with Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, has won the Best TV Award by IGAD for exceptional reporting on drought resilience in the IGAD region. Mutesa award enhances awareness and understanding of the issues affecting the IGAD community.
So this was the climax. We just wrapped up. We recognized 14 journalists from the IGAD region out of 105 who did submit entries in TV, radio, photography, blogs, and you name it. So we had so many officials here who were really impressed with what our journalists from the IGAD region can report about.
The awarding ceremony was held at Kempsiki Hotel in Djibouti, capital city. His award-winning reporting underscores the importance of journalism in shedding light on regional challenges and promoting resilience in the face of drought within the IGAD region.
So they were really impressed by the quality of the job that was done, and the theme this year was drought. We had some poignant stories, very poignant and emotional stories of media people who went to the field and saw things that the drought was doing to our citizens, how it was affecting lives.
Congratulations, Haruna Mtesa, for that award there. And let's go to business now. And Government and Center for Agriculture and Biosciences International have trained youth of Rubanga Cooperative Society and affiliated cooperatives in Mitoma District. Commissioner Crop Protection, also the Acting Director for Crop Resources in the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Stephen Tibijuka Wantwade, says building capacity of youth on crop pest diagnosis and chemical control supports the parish development model.
Most farmers make losses every season due to crop diseases and absence of extension workers. Government and Center for Agriculture and Biosciences International (CABI) have skilled youth to support extension in Mitoma district.
This training enables them to understand in depth on how to handle agrochemicals and how to be able to give farmers the best possible options to protect their crops from pests and diseases. So far we have worked with 2 cooperatives, training about 200 youth, and through this we are together monitoring and seeing how these youth are working out in the field, supporting the farmers.
The skilling of youth activities for service provision in agriculture is implemented under one of the CABI's plant-wise programs to increase supply of transfer foods through enterprise driven by women and youth to meet the growing demands in rural and peri-urban markets. So, building capacity among youth on crop pest diagnosis, crop and chemical use is in line with government policy of delivering the services closer to the people and supporting the parish development model.
I thank the intervention of CABI, Maif Makere University for this training. From this training, I've learned about the spraying services, the recommendation, the diagnosing of pests and diseases.
The Commissioner Crop Protection and the Acting Director for Crop Resources in the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Stephen Biantware, says the skilling also support the 3 of the 7 pillars of the parish development model: production, processing, storage, and marketing.
Because extension workers, with the challenges we have, can't reach every farmer. But if a farmer knows you are going to pitch camp here, they will bring the problems they have and they get guided. So dear friends, as we go to guide our people, enterprise selection is critical.
Rubanga Cooperative Society in Mitoma District was selected in Western Uganda to host the 2nd cohort of the initiative for proven village agent model and the coffee planting campaign.
These youths have added their energy to the current extension system that the 4 cooperatives have, but in addition, they have also supported the government advisory service system. They are helping us as a cooperative to reach out to farmers.
The training initiative in the Mitoma district represents a collaborative effort between the government of Uganda and the Kabi to empower youth in agriculture, address the challenges faced by farmers, and contributing to overall development in the agriculture sector. Joseph Bule, UBC, Mitoma.
Now, effective Monday, November the 27th, 2023, the Ministry of Education and the Directorate of Industrial Training started a thorough occupational assessment. The Deputy Director in charge of assessment and certification at the Industrial Training Directorate, Dr. Michael Okumo, emphasized the initiative's role in scaling Uganda.
The primary objective is skill development across Uganda, aligning with the national agenda to equip citizens with valuable expertise and enhance the overall workforce. The assessments encompass 40 vocational occupations, including bricklaying, electrical installation, plumbing, hairdressing, soap making, among others.
This is assessment of workers, those who are already working, but they do not have any form of certification. Will be 305 candidates. Of these, 186 are male, 119 are female. Now, we still have level 1. Level 1, we have registered 1,073 candidates. Of these, 665 are male, 408 are female.
The Deputy Director, Assessment and Certification at the Directorate of Industrial Training, Dr. Michael Okumo, told UBC the involvement of over 600 assessors and verifiers in the exercise.
The target for the year 2023-2024, which was given to DIT, is 111,960. We have exceeded the target by 20,987, as I told.
The Principal Qualification Officer, Tuliamsi Mira Johnson, urged institutions to adhere to assessment guidelines. The Directorate will assess artisans from various organizations, including National Water and Sewage Corporation, PASAID Uganda, and the wives of soldiers from the Special Forces Command in Bombo and Entebbe.
When you get your your appointment letter, get to know which program are you going to assess. Is it full occupation? Is it workers' pass? Is it modular? Or are the candidates going to do 2 modules?
The initiative is targeted as skilling for development, advances national progress through skill enhancement. Sudat Kaye and Henry Muganga, UBC News.
Let's have a look now at how the Ugandan shilling fared today against the following selected local and international currencies in our money market report. Welcome back. Sports news now, and we begin with some rather not so good news from Kenya, where Uganda's under-18 boys football national team suffered a narrow 1-0 defeat to Tanzania in their opening match of the Sekafa under-18 football tournament in Kenya. Take a watch.
Tanzania's Wilson Sharif scored the only goal for his under-18 side that beat Uganda on Sunday evening in the first game of Group B of the Sekafa under-18 boys football tournament in Kenya. Despite their efforts, the Ugandan team tried their very best, but only fell short at the end.
They got that free kick and it went in, and so we struggled all the way up to the end. We tried our level best in the second half to see that things could be changed, because the pitch was too muddy and too much water. But the situation again didn't go our way, and we lost. So we think we shall rectify in our training session, do the corrections to see that we come back as usual, because we know we shall make it.
This tournament is the first of its kind at the under-18 level, with Uganda dominating at senior level and the under-15 level, where they recently attained second place at the later championship that concluded in the country earlier this month. The under-18s will redshift focus to their next opponents in Zanzibar, whom they play on Wednesday, 29th November. Mashamira Victor, UBC News.
Now, the Deputy Resident District Commissioner, Kapchora District, Sakaja Martin, has hailed Joshua Cheptegei Foundation for promoting young talent and boosting sports tourism in Sebei and Elgon sub-regions. Now, he was launching the 5th edition of Joshua Cheptegei Christmas Run, slated for December 16th, 2023 at Boma Grounds.
The Joshua Cheptegei Christmas Run presents a platform for harnessing young talent in the athletics world and open up Sebei and Elgon sub-regions to tourism.
Through initiatives like today's talent identification program, we aim to provide a platform for our young talents to shine and contribute to the broader landscape of our sports and culture. Sports tourism is not just about attracting visitors. It is about showcasing the spirit and energy of our community. And I want to, in a special way, thank Joshua Cheptegei Development Foundation for this initiative and for showing our district flag high and the region in as far as sports is concerned. And I appreciate you for this initiative.
This year's Joshua Cheptegei Christmas Run is expected to attract over 10,000 participants and targets young stars aged between 10 and 16 years. These are identified, nurtured and supported to become world-class athletes. The run also targets upscaling mass awareness on eradication of poverty and female genital mutilation and environmental conservation.
This year, the event to be hosted in Kapchora District, Boma Grounds, aims at supporting diverse young talent and nurturing them to become world-class athletes. The run will also seek to promote sports tourism, as the previous speakers have spoken about, around Sebei sub-region and the Elgon area in general, showcasing the land of long-distance running, the high-altitude training facilities, waterfalls, evergreen Mount Elgon National Park, our caves, our diverse culture and our food culture, and so on. The run will promote youth empowerment by enabling children to stay in school, poverty eradication, calls among the youth, environmental aspect, especially issues of environmental degradation and mitigation campaigns, an elimination of unhealthy lifestyles like early marriages, gender-based violence, and FGM and HIV.
I know through this event we are able to identify talent and we are able to support these children through this foundation to achieve their full potential.
Crispus, Adenitwe, UBC News.
And before we leave you, let's have a quick reminder of our top stories. In our top stories tonight, Prime Minister Robina Nabanja to forward farmers' challenges to Cabinet for action. Uganda Wildlife Authority kills 2 unknown armed gunmen in Kabarole district. Surge of HIV/AIDS cases in Imbarara city worries authorities. And in sports, Uganda under-18 lose first match against Tanzania. And that brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for having kept us company. On sign language, it has been Elizabeth Nakakoni, and I am Rukidi Edward Kijjanangoma, wishing you a blessed night. But do remember that we have our second and final edition of the day at 10 p.m. But for now, I will leave you with Jasper Ainebiona with the weather forecast for tomorrow.
Good evening.